Director Janie Burgess, thank you so much for joining us on this virtual episode of Policy Gone Viral. We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us for a little bit. First off, how are you, your family, your kids? Are you all getting by? Everything going as good as could be expected?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Sal. It's good to see you. If not, in person, at least we're connecting virtually with your membership. Thank God we're healthy. We're blessed. Our kids are doing well. My wife is amazing, and we're getting through this. We're all pulling together. It's what our community back home does, and honestly, that's what our state's doing. So we're in this together. We'll get through it.
Excellent. Well, let's jump right in and talk about kind of the policy implications of this as it pertains to our veterans community. I mean, we've talked before about Florida having one of the largest concentrations of veterans, along with having one of the most diverse spectrums of veterans. You've got folks coming back from Afghanistan all the way back to World War II vets. What are some of the things that are kind of playing out that you're having to kind of deal with our veteran community, both at the state level, but also federally?
So you hit the nail on the head. Florida, obviously having 1.5 million veterans, being one of the largest veteran populated states in the nation, also happens to have one of the largest aging veteran populations in the nation. And we have, I believe, right around 789,000 veterans over the age of 65. As we know, COVID-19 particularly impacts this population more readily than some others on average. And so we have a strong duty to care for those who cared for us. And I believe that rubber meets the road for us with our network of state veteran nursing homes. We operate 6 nursing homes, 6 skilled nursing facilities, and 1 domiciliary in the state, across the entire state of Florida. Collectively, we have around 800 veterans who are presently residing within these facilities. So our number one priority is ensuring the safety of our resident heroes, most of which obviously come from the greatest generation.
Now, shifting to the period of time that we're going to hopefully enter into not too long from now, and that is kind of looking back on some of the things that occurred, some of the things that you'd like to see change, anything at all on the policy framework as we look at kind of how we respond to a pandemic, how we are looking at how policy impacts our veterans that you kind of would like to look at either from a state perspective or in the relationships that you have federally?
Sure. So, I think that's a great question, number one. And I think there's going to be a lot of changes among a lot of different fields and a lot of lessons learned. I mean, that's what we do in the military. We take that experience and we conduct an after action review. And I think it's going to be no different here. Two things that come to my mind off the top of my head that I could see being an issue that is rising to the top, of course, is an enhanced focus on telehealth. Most VA appointments right now are telehealth. And of course, I see that continuing, not necessarily most, but, the telehealth option continuing to grow. And this pandemic has put us in a position to where that's obviously, been thrust into the forefront and something that everybody's exercising right now. Even veterans within our nursing homes, of course, are conducting telehealth appointments where we can for anything that they may have VA related that they're able to still have done during this time. The second thing, and a very critical thing, of course, is more resources to mental health support. Something we've been focused on is working towards the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's 211 veteran hotline. It's manned 24/7, peer-to-peer connection. There's a veteran on the phone if you call anytime. The number is 1-844-MY-FL-VET. What we would like to do is work to embed that hotline in 211 facilities across the entire state. It's a great model for the nation in terms of being a care coordinating, crisis-centered hotline to help connect that veteran to their needed resources. And so I think initiatives like that are going to need to be pushed more, raise more awareness to the community that this is available. And that's something that I'd like to continue to focus on at the legislative level at the state. And I know the federal government's also looking at this as well.
Right.
Director Burgess, kind of looking at the immediate term, what are some resources that members of the veteran community or those serving them are in need of right now?
Sure. So we have an outstanding team of benefits and assistance veteran service officers. They are teleworking. They are still available, and they are ready and willing to help a veteran when they're in need. Our benefits and assistance team can be reached by email and by phone, and they will return your call if you leave them a voicemail, and they will return your email. They are embedded throughout the entire state of Florida, and they are an advocate for veterans when they're seeking assistance through the VA, applying for a VA claim, or going through the appeals process. They're really a dynamic group of veterans themselves. So again, there's that peer-to-peer connection. So I want to highlight two ways that you can reach them. You can reach them through email at vso@fdva.state.fl.us. Again, that's vso@fdva.state.fl.us. Or you can reach them over the phone at 727-319-7440. They stand ready to help, and we'll get back to you. We also have a great partnership with our federal counterparts, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. And I want to highlight our relationship and give you their 24/7 clinical hotline that they highly recommend you call in relation to any appointments you have upcoming. And especially if you are experiencing COVID-19 related symptoms, they would like for you to call this hotline. It's 1-877-741-3400. Again, that's 1-877-741-3400. Also, with our Florida Veterans Foundation, our direct support organization, they have partnered with Project Vet Relief through the Florida American Legion to provide any needed direct support to veterans who may be experiencing financial difficulty during these unprecedented times. So reach out to the Florida Veterans Foundation, and let's see if we can help you there.
And we'll make sure to kind of link all of those and provide all the phone numbers, when we promote this for folks that are watching that are members of the veteran community or have family members or friends that are a part of it. We certainly appreciate your leadership at the Department of Veterans Affairs. We hope that you and your family and everyone stays safe, and we hope to see you in person very soon.
Thank you all so much. You stay safe as well. It's been great to be back on the show. And thank you for allowing us the opportunity to speak to our veteran population out there so that they know we're here for them in their time of need.
Thank you very much, Director Burgess. We appreciate it immensely.
Thank you. We did. So it's gallery view. I learned this yesterday playing family bingo through the virtual. That we were looking at everybody through that top little screen, and at the very end, my sister goes, she's in Atlanta. She goes, "You guys could just take gallery view." Dang it! All right, so
you were looking at everyone at the banner at the top.
I was. I prefer Danny, but
we want to keep it professional.
Well, then let's go with the Darth Vader voice and say director.